welcome back again to the other world. I know I just uploaded the video a couple hours ago, and I don't have anything to do today. It's a holiday, and yeah, so I think why not continue play the game. And yep.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You got a
Okay.
minute? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
This is about the deserter. So what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Well, I can't blame anyone for wanting to leave. This town got a issue.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Well, I suppose it could hurt. You stop by.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Alright, what I'm about to say that we're still here in the Edgewater doing some mission. Side mission, die robot. Yeah, we gotta do the side mission first. After that, go back to the main quest. Oh, inside this building.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
There you are.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Um, Parvati want to talk to you about Reed as us to do.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off power to Adrian disorder.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So, what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
I've been outsider, I'm not impressed. And I can handle myself better than the vicar.
The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book.
A handsome sum, you say? Tell me more.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
Oh, you mean this book? Here you go.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French! Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
You don't want a book to keep others from reading it? Just want it for yourself?
Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
You just say that he marked our map to find the book. And in this dialogue, he said that he's spent all this time and spent suffering and spent wasted. It's like he never found it. That is weird. Oh, at least you still have your mission work. Here to give you life meaningful purpose.
Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches. Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
Could be a beneficial arrangement. You need to ride out of town. I wouldn't mind a ship land.
Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Sounds good. Let's
Fantastic.
go.
Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Just like that, we get the second companion. But right now, we need to go to with Parvati.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for a deal. I need some answer.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Reed said something about farmer worker living out in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Where can I find Adeline?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Travel with Marauder?
You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
I could always go looking for her.
I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma.
Any idea where she might be hiding?
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
I keep an eye out.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Don't worry about it. I find her.
Appreciate it. Honest.
Alright, I'll leave you be. Okay, let's find this lady. This is like a little town. Okay, okay, alright. That's rude of me. I should not doing that. What's up, dude?
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with?
I'm told one of your number gone missing.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
What happened on the day Zoe disappeared?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Was she acting strange before disappearing?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
It's not odd about journaling. Oh, hold on, there's something else.
Hey, I got time. Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
So that's down. No more edge water for me. No more cannery. No more jumpsuit and glove. Yes, ma'am. And would you like another? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake because I always hate the cannery, and I don't think I ever have to look back to this journal many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, I did hate the fella once, did I? Just because I get sick, everybody gets sick. Well, okay, I get sick and I grab a little too much adrenaline time. Is this really a crime? I got to treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and survival by one own bootstrap? Oh, but you misappropriate one box of adrenal times and suddenly you cumulating Lansry. Lansny. Okay, that's one of the journal. Well, today is the day, Zoe. Today is the day you take your destiny into your own hand. I've been listening to Grace talk about the murder threats, band of wild, free-spirit bandits living in a camp out in the hills, warming themselves by the light of barrel fire, probably mounted the head of their enemy on spike as a warning to folks like me. Living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. I bet they could take the whole region if they were organized. I've been tucking away some Adelaide foods and I got some spare cans for salt tuna. Should last me a couple of weeks if I ration. Got some adrenaline time too. Everybody loves adrenaline time. Every marauder writes, I guess the odds those marauder will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple of strangers of adrenaline time before their eye. It's gonna be great. Look out, Terra 2. Bennett's Queen Zoe origin story has just begun. I'm gonna have a whole gang of marauder on my back and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizono. Good news, I'm alive, starting to feel a little better too. There's a group of deserters living out in the old botanical labs. They found a way to grow some food or something that possessed for food. Possessed for food. Anyway, Adeline boiled a pot of something green and leafy and told me to drink it twice a day for my symptom. I suppose. Tests are a true. atrocious, but I've been feeling better. It's nice to be away from Canary. The lab has just enough power to run on a other wife. So I've been catching up on my serial drama, Masked Marketeer. What would I do without you? Go crazy, most likely. Crack up, murder all neighbors, and run screaming like into the hill like some wild marauder. And I know that sounds too bad. I couldn't see myself leading a cradle of Morado, a band of bandits. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Band of bandits. What will we call ourselves? A formidable 14th hooligan featuring Zoe, the bandit queen. There you are.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
You're Zoe. Your people are looking at you. For you.
What, you mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
I can imagine you're happy out here. Food awful, company worse, and no serial drama.
And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
I need you to clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
You know what? We already know about her problem from the journal. So we just gotta go back. Botanical lab.
What is it?
I talked Zoe into coming back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
She joined up with the band of Marauder. They didn't hurt her.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Now let's look around the city before we do anything.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Okay, get it. Good. Get it. Because we're gonna steal all the stuff. No. We need the lockpick for other stuff.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Mm-hmm. Get inside, quick, get inside. Look like there's something right there.
Not a peep from me.
Or maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
He's sleeping.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adeline.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Reed asked you to consider coming back to town. He willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I needed it to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip 'em out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I'm not looking to get mixed up in this in your problem. I just want my goddamn fixed ship.
Well, if it's all the same to you, then you ought to divert power over to us, shut down Reed's cannery, and scrap it for parts.
Alright, I'm considerate.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
I don't know about this, guys.
You try.
Oh,
What do you think you're doing?
pay 36 bits to look the other way. That's so stupid. I'm not supposed to do that. Then I just lost my reputation. Nice. Like I said, I don't know which one should I divert it. I mean, the cannery is important, but the greenhouse is just for some other people. It's kind of hard to explain, especially when you're limited with someone language. Can't explain it with my own language, but with English, it's kind of hard to explain. Okay, my point is, I will choose the cannery over the greenhouse.
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're
Let's,
doing the right thing.
let's just hope I did the right thing. Wow.
That's the last of them!
Barrier.
Security patrol.
We can handle it. We made it!
Okay, before we using that console.
Just leave me alone! No, just leave me alone!
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Processing data.
What the hell? You're not helping. So that's just a shortcut. No. Shit. Didn't mean to do that.
System alert. Beginning security patrol.
Seems like I'm missing something. So let us go back.
Get away! You're not real. You're not real. Go away, Phantom. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
Calm down. I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
I'm not. You're not imagining me.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
Uh-huh. What exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You were an engineer?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you work on this mechanical, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with mechanical. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow the behavior of the logic module. Someone tamper with them. With it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
An area where I can find a logic module.
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
I just excused myself. Well, it's a good thing I came down here. Okay. Yeah, assuming they're gonna attack each other after this. Well, if my assuming is right. dealing with that later.
Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
I already changed one of the switch, which means we only need to change the other two.
Let's go. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil? Blast. Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I won't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
I see your point. I think I'm ready to make a decision.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Just to be safe.
Did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for. Even if they didn't care much for me.
I noticed you mention your father a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
How's that possible?
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
That's inhuman.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
We talk later. And yeah, before I go on this mission, I'm just gonna end this episode. And just like that, we end it now. Thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe, follow my Twitch, and see you again in the next episode.